Hey everybody, welcome to the True Crime Squad. I'm Kristi Brower here with my sister, co-host and partner in crime, Katie Weaver. Hey Katie.
Hello.
Ho ho ho. How's it going?
Yeah. You the hoe. What? It's
Figured I was
going
gonna get something like that.
just fine. Wrapping up some stuff so that we're ready to. We're gonna host Christmas Eve tomorrow, and then of course we'll go to our sister Kara's on Christmas Day. And yeah, I still got. I feel like I don't have that much left to do, but when I look at my list, I'm like, bitch, you got plenty to do. What are you talking about? But
Ooh, I do too. Yikes. And I did get quite a bit of it done today, but I still have more to do. When you 3D print stuff for people for Christmas, sometimes those things fucking fail. And then you're
mhm,
just screwed and have to start over.
mhm, yep. Yeah, that's super aggravating. Well, I had a similar disaster in the kiln last night. I was making two bowls
Yeah.
for my mother-in-law. Well, I was making two bowls. One is for my mother-in-law. The other one I wasn't sure. I was going to make them both, decide which one I loved the most for her, and give it to her,
Hmm.
or maybe give them to her both if I loved them both. But the one that I made all of those pine cones, I made 30 glass pine cones for, and it was
Yeah.
so cute laid out. It exploded in the kiln about
Well,
3 o'clock this morning. I have no idea why.
that is so sad.
The other one is fine. It's really cute. Thank God it's really cute. So it's going back in the kiln tonight to be slumped into a bowl. This is just the plate part. Now it'll be put into a bowl and it's going to be fine. She's going to love it. But God damn it. I can't believe that happened. And with glass, you just don't know. You don't know.
Mm-mm.
Something wasn't compatible. What? I don't
What the
know.
hell?
Yeah. Anyway, so boo on that. But other than that,
Right?
and this
Boo
isn't
on
an
that,
error
but
that can
hey.
be fixed, unfortunately, because of the nature of what I was doing. It's just shot. So, but
Yeah,
that's
well,
okay. The one bowl's gonna slump beautifully. I will have a beautiful gift for her, and it's fine. Everything's fine.
that is the joy of crafting. That's
It
just
is.
how it is.
It is how it goes for sure.
Uh,
Yep.
something has occurred. Oh, StreamYard updated something. I just had a little panic moment, but then I
Oh.
figured it out. All of a sudden, all of our little segment videos were missing
Oh no.
because it's in a
Yikes.
new spot called Media Assets.
Oh. Well, we have a fun show. I have a surprise for you guys at the
We
end. I
do.
think you're gonna enjoy a lot, but we'll
Oh, I
see.
think so. We do. We have a fun show. We are going to kick it off with a
Mhm.
little Florida Man.
Mhm. Well, Florida man is at it again. This time in a Santa suit. And well, I'll show you the video first and then we'll talk about it. How's that? Unfortunately, there's no sound to this video, so if you're not watching, you're not going to hear anything. But I will. I'll try to narrate for you. Yeah, so this is the Florida Highway Patrol showing us. This is in Tampa. And if you can see up there, this guy on the motorcycle. Yeah, he's dressed like Santa.
No,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Dressed like Santa and fleeing from the police.
Oh boy.
Diving in and out of traffic, in and out of like gas station parking lots, and took the police on quite the ride.
Oh.
And they did not catch him. So,
Because they look like you outran.
oh, he for sure outran. And a lot of times in those motorcycle pursuits, they don't pursue because of the likelihood of someone getting hurt and
Right?
how fast
Especially
those
somebody on a
bikes are and
motorcycle.
agile. Yeah.
Oh,
I know in
yeah.
Idaho they will not pursue on a motorcycle
Yeah.
dealio anymore because people get hurt. So, but the Tampa police, the Florida Highway Patrol Tampa, had tweeted, "The sleigh must be in the shop. But last night, Mr. Claus didn't pause for any cause. Anyone that recognizes Old Saint Nick, please feel free to give us a call and let us know." Yeah.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Terry, so glad you could catch us live.
Yeah. So yep, he made it out. But so boo on you, Santa. You're
Yeah,
that's really dangerous, and this is
I'm
what
pretty
we
sure
don't
that
want to
puts
see.
you on the naughty list, Santa.
To the top. To the top. Yeah. And I mean, okay, maybe he was had something to deliver. I don't know. But at the same time, it wasn't Christmas Eve, so there's really no pass on that, I don't think.
Yeah.
But to add to it, we have a daily double on this one because there's another Santa crime that I wanted to share. Well,
Oh
Santa
my gosh.
adjacent. This happened in this happened in Massachusetts. He wasn't actually dressed as Santa, but he was sure acting like him. Let me show you the video, and then we'll talk about it.
Oh boy.
Hey, somebody ran! Somebody ran! He's in the chimney? Hey! He's in the chimney. What chimney? That house, in the chimney. He went to... Give me your leg.
You're an idiot.
Get up!
Show us your hand right
Show
now.
us your hand! Rob. Yeah. You can breathe fine though, right?
Can you breathe fine?
What we want to do, break this off?
I was thinking just these so we can still have not compromise the corner.
Perfect, huh? There you go.
Doing nothing, my leg, man. Please.
Alright, we still got rescue here, Derek?
You're an idiot.
Oh my god.
That is correct. This fool ran from the police, running over rooftops, and there were actually two of them, and one of them got away. He apparently hopped a fence, not a, chimney. But this idiot got promptly stuck, and then the police had to save his life.
That was the dumbest move I've ever seen anyone make. What the hell
Wouldn't you?
how did he think he was gonna get out of that?
I can't
He was
imagine.
damn lucky the police saw him jump in there.
Yeah.
The way they're yelling, show us your hands, and he's like this. Like he can't show you his hands. He
Right?
can't even move his arm. Can't move his arms.
He can't even access. And they're like, you can breathe, right? I'm like, right? Because so it took the fire department very carefully removing bricks so that the chimney didn't collapse around him to get him out of there safely. So not smart. So he
Oh
was
no.
eventually taken to the hospital to make sure he was okay, and then to jail. This was the Fall River Police Department in Massachusetts. Uh, crimes were mostly drug crimes, it sounds like. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, Janet said he must have thought he was in a cartoon, right?
Right?
Like,
That's
what the hell
kind of
did
what it
he think
looks
was
like.
gonna happen?
Of
How
course,
was
if it
he
was
gonna get back out of there?
drug crimes, maybe he was real high on life and
Maybe.
wasn't really thinking that far ahead.
Thought that he was made of stretchy stuff or something.
Thought thought Santa could do it, and so can I. I don't have any idea.
I guess, but wow, that was the way he's like, the cop's like, you're an idiot. You are an idiot, yes.
I know. He's in the chimney. What? What chimney? That chimney. He's in the chimney?
They're just dumbfounded, like, he really went in. Good Lord. Good
Mm-hmm.
Lord.
GS8 says, I'm trying to figure out if he beats the bear insurance fraud gang. As far as stupidity goes, it's hard to say. That's
It's
pretty
tough to
rough.
say. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they're both in the running for
Yeah.
dumbest criminal of the year. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
dumbest
Mm-hmm.
criminal of the year.
Oh,
We may
ooh,
have
we
to do
need some
something about that
awards.
next week.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Speaking
a
of
good
next
idea.
week, that's when you'll see us next. So we are not going to have
Yes.
any more shows this week after this one. For the holiday, we're going to both be super busy and doing stuff, and so will you guys. So we won't be back until next Monday, but we will be back. So yeah, wrapping up the end of the year, it seems like we got to think about that. So that's what I've got
Yeah,
on this one. So I'm
yes,
going to
we
kick
do.
it back to you for our main case.
Yes. Well, squad, as you know, President Biden is preparing to leave the presidency, and
Hmm.
he has done some pretty cool stuff I wanted to talk about. So, today it was reported that he commuted the sentences of 37 people on death row.
Hmm.
So, this is federal death row.
Hmm.
And just a little bit of history. The death penalty for federal cases was stayed or stopped. Presidents can just stop it during their tenure. It was stopped in 2003,
Hmm.
and there were no executions until Trump took office. And in
Hmm.
Trump's 4 years of presidency, they executed 13 people.
Ooh,
It was a record.
yeah.
It was the most any
You don't
president
hear a
has
lot
ever.
about the federal executions. I feel like we hear more about the state
No,
ones.
you don't, because all the federal stuff is kept
Pretty
quiet.
quiet.
But
Yeah.
13 executions in those four
Hmm.
years. So, when Biden took office, he stopped the death penalty again. And there has been a lot of pressure throughout his presidency to abolish the federal death penalty, which I wish that he would have,
Yeah,
honestly.
me too.
I wish that would have been a priority. It really wasn't. But then there was a lot of pressure to commute the sentences of everyone on federal death row, knowing that Trump would likely restart the death
Sure.
penalty.
Yeah.
So what he did is he commuted the death penalty sentence for 37 of 40 people on federal death row.
So they still have life in prison, correct?
They still have life in prison. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like they aren't being punished for the things that they've done. They are all murderers. Many
Yeah.
of them commit murders in federal prisons,
Oh.
or they were murders for hire,
Mm-hmm.
or they were murders of witnesses or jurors.
Okay.
Those are things that will get you the federal death penalty. The other
Jurors?
thing that
Oh
will
my
get you the
God.
federal death penalty is committing mass murder.
Sure.
And so there are three people still on, still expected to be executed that are on federal death row. And they are um, Dylan Roof. He was the guy, sorry, let me find the right list here. It's Dylan Roof. He's the guy that committed a mass shooting at a church, I think.
I think that's right. Gosh, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
Right.
Uh, Give me 1 second. Why can't I? Oh, here it is. Dylan Roof, who is 30, he was sentenced to federal death row in 2017 for killing 9 people during a white supremacist motivated mass shooting in South Carolina. It was at a black church, if I
That's
remember correctly.
correct. Yep. I think that's right.
Also, still on death row is Robert D. Bowers. He's 52. He was sentenced in 2023 for killing 11 people during the Tree of Life synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh in
Okay,
2018.
got it. Yes.
And the last one is Zokhar Sarnev, 31, who was sentenced in 2015 for carrying out the Boston Marathon bombing.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah.
So Biden basically says that he believes in abolishing the death penalty, except in cases of terrorism
Mm-hmm.
or hate murders.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And so, of the 40 people who are on death row, only 3 of them have commit terrorism or hate murders,
Mm-hmm.
and it's those 3.
Uh-huh.
Y'all know I'm anti-death penalty.
Yeah.
I think that this is a good move.
Very good. Yeah.
I I want our society to move to a place where we function in the judicial system without the desire for revenge.
Yeah.
Killing someone for killing someone makes no sense at all.
No.
I disagree with Biden. I think that the death penalty should be abolished completely.
Yeah.
I don't even think those hideous people that commit those hideous murders should be executed. Because again, what does that do? What is the benefit of that other than uh, legal murder? And I just
Yeah.
don't think that that's right. But I feel good about the fact that Biden has made it so that
Yeah.
there can't be a whole bunch more
Yeah.
uh, federal executions because we only
Hmm.
have 3 left. And some of them are, they're pretty new cases. I mean,
Right.
there's
They're
still
probably
appeals in
still in the
place.
appeals process. Yeah.
I would imagine. I was looking over the list of people that had their sentence commuted, and I think the oldest one was from the 90s.
Oh.
Like most of these are fairly recent crimes.
Hmm.
So, yeah,
Wow.
probably that one from 97 or 98. Yeah. Akeelia Marcevisi Barnett, 50, sentenced in 1998 for the killing of his ex-girlfriend and a carjacker in North Carolina, um, is the oldest crime
Hmm.
on the books. There's a 97. I guess there's a 97 and a 98.
Okay.
And everything else is 2000s.
Okay.
So interesting. I know that the family of one victim who had been whose killer was on death row had said, "I see no benefit to me or my family with the death of that person."
Hmm.
And I know not everyone feels the same way.
Oh, I'm sure. And I'm sure this news is, whether you families do agree with it or they don't, it's still another huge trigger. Like the
It
hits
is.
just keep on coming with these
It
cases. They
is.
just never go away.
But that's one of the big problems with the death penalty
It is.
is that it continues to re-victimize the families of victims
Yep.
through all of their appeals process. And then their death warrant may come up, and then families have to determine, do they want to participate in witnessing the death of this person or not? Either of those
Right.
things are also traumatizing because murder of any kind feels foreign to us as human beings
Sure.
in general, obviously not
Hmm.
for all people, but for most of us, it feels so foreign
Yeah.
that having to be a part of that process, I think, is very much re traumatizing and maybe even new trauma
Hmm.
for people.
Oh, for sure.
But, right, Joelle? Yeah, Joelle says, I agree with you. The government should not be in the death business. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think that our government should have the power to kill anyone.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't think that's right because never is it simple. As we have seen in
Ever.
this last
Yeah.
year, how many um, innocent or potentially innocent people are sitting on death row, one of whom, well, two of whom recently have been executed, even though there were questions. Like, we can never know 100%.
No.
That's not
Mm-mm.
possible. Therefore, we should not be allowed to
Hmm.
make the decision to take somebody else's life. We just shouldn't, period.
Agree.
Because there's always going to be a margin of error.
Of
Always.
course. Always. Yeah.
And one innocent person having their life taken by the death penalty is too many. And we've already know that's occurred, and it's occurred
Indeed.
many times.
Hmm.
So I was very appreciative of the choices that Biden made here. He also did some other pretty big things. He granted clemency there were 39 pardons. These were primarily people who committed non-violent drug offenses in their
Hmm.
early life, who then went on to make something of themselves. They didn't go on to reoffend.
Hmm.
They got their lives together. They got an education or a job or had a family and proved to the world that, they were reformed.
Hmm.
So there are 39 of them.
Well, that's cool.
And then, oh, go ahead.
No, I said that's cool.
It
Yeah.
is cool. And then there were 1,499 commutations of sentence. So these are people still serving a sentence. So the pardons are people who
Wow,
already
he's
served their
been busy.
sentence,
That is a lot.
and basically their record is expunged now. Then
Yeah.
there are 1,499 people whose sentences were commuted. A large number of these people are people who were released from jail on or prison on ankle monitors during COVID, who have then continued to function as functioning members of society
Hmm.
and clearly didn't need to go back into prison.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
It also included uh, veterans, LGBT veterans,
Hmm.
who had been charged with crimes of being LGBT while in the
Hmm.
military. And there were a lot of simple possession marijuana charges as well.
Uh-huh.
So this is the largest number of pardons, commutations, and clemency that any president has ever done
Well,
at
I
the
was
end
going to
of their
say
presidency.
1,500 is huge.
It's
That's a
huge.
huge
It's really
number.
big. Yeah, and it's nearly 1,600 with all of them.
Yeah.
And I feel like our criminal justice system is going in the right direction in some ways when we see things like this, to stop being so goddamn harsh
Yeah.
on everything and not giving people an opportunity to remove their record as they've gotten older and, haven't reoffended, or
Yeah.
were charged with crimes that weren't crimes,
Yeah.
like simple possession of marijuana,
Hmm.
like being gay in the military,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah.
Um, right, and I know that, Christine, that the reason that Biden did this, particularly those on death row,
Hmm.
was to keep Trump from having them all
Executed.
executed.
Yeah.
Mhm. But in other ways, I think it was also an acknowledgement that our government has changed and grown, and our people have changed and grown, and
Yeah.
that there are people who are still paying the price for things that are actually really no longer illegal.
Yeah.
Do you know that Idaho is the only state in the union that does not have some form of legal marijuana? We're the only ones.
Yeah.
Is that the most ridiculous shit you've ever heard in your life? And why should anybody have a record or be serving any kind of sentence for something that isn't even illegal in the vast majority of this country anymore?
Right.
So, yeah. Right. And the cost of death penalty cases is
Oh,
outrageous.
it's
The
insane.
cost
Yeah.
in money, the cost in personnel, the cost in trauma to victims and victims' families.
Hmm.
It's ridiculous. We are
Yeah.
better than that. We
Yeah.
are. I want us to be.
Yeah.
I believe that for the most part as a society we are.
Hmm.
So just made me happy. Um, the legal system doesn't always get it right, and that is the thing. We have to have some safeguards in place, and we need better ones than what we have. Because
Indeed.
waiting for something like this from the president or from a governor,
Hmm.
it's not enough
Hmm.
what we have now.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no mercy in our system at all. And being a true crime podcaster and learning about the criminal justice systems in other countries, I realize how merciless the US is. I,
Oh.
I didn't understand it nearly as
Hmm.
well as I do now.
Yeah.
We've talked about it. Many other countries have much more mercy for human beings than the US
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, Jess. Technically, marijuana is still illegal federally, right? But they aren't prosecuting it because all but one state has at least medical
Hmm.
legal.
Yeah.
Um, right, and RJ says I'm in Canada and grow my own cannabis. Right.
Sure. Yeah.
And there are people in states in the United States that do the same thing legally.
Yeah.
And yet,
In Idaho.
yeah,
And in fact,
the
they've tried the
disparity
last few
is
years to pass even stricter marijuana laws. They've failed, but they've tried and
just
tried.
ridiculous, stupid stuff. Our
Hmm.
legislature doesn't know the difference between CBD and THC.
No. They're not
They don't
intelligent enough,
understand
apparently, to learn.
that hemp is not marijuana.
Hmm.
Like, there's just a lot of things that our state is intentionally obtuse to.
Hmm. They have finally legalized growing hemp, however, and
Yes,
weirdly, our community right around us has become the hub of it. There's a processing center here in Rexburg now, and
right,
well, Scott and I have been amazed the last 2 years how many fields are growing hemp. That it was barely legalized, like literally 3 years ago, and people are just
right.
growing it as quick as they can because it's a
Because
great
it's a
crop.
useful plant. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is a great crop.
and it does well here. Anyway.
Yeah, yeah. We have the right climate.
Hmm.
Christine says, I would love to say we were, but there are still so many people that are out there for revenge, and it's not
Hmm.
going to get any better until somebody stands up to them. I agree.
Agree.
I agree.
Yep.
And revenge serves no one.
Hmm.
It serves no one. It just continues the death and the ugliness in this world, and we don't need it.
Yeah.
Kai says in Michigan, a person can grow 12 plants for personal or medicinal use. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Paula says, waiting for Idaho to ban potatoes because people make vodka with them.
Right.
People make vodka with potatoes all over the state of Idaho.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Oh, Steph, potato, right? RJ says in Canada we can grow 4 plants per household, right?
Sure. Yeah. Hi, Holly. Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting stuff. I'm sure we're
Hmm.
going to see some big changes with the change in administration. I'm frankly grateful that all of these people are
Hmm.
safe from that.
Yeah.
I wish more people were. And there have been other Biden's done other things as well,
Hmm.
particularly with cannabis crimes
Yes.
throughout his presidency.
Oh, yeah. There's been
But
quite a few moves that
the
direction. Yeah.
the only thing the president can do is affect federal crimes. They can't
Right.
affect state crimes. So
Hmm.
there's still a lot of work to be done, but it makes me happy to see him
Yeah.
going out this way, honestly.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah. I'm going to put some articles in the show notes that
Hmm.
will show like the whole list of all of the death row inmates. It lists their names, their ages, the date of their crime, and what they did. If you want to read, I read all the way through it. None of them are like very notable criminals. I wondered about that. The only real notable ones are the ones who
Did not get.
did not get their did not get clemency
Yeah.
because Biden, he's still okay with the death penalty for
Yeah.
terrorism and hate crimes.
Yeah. Hey,
I
Dawn.
just think it
Thank
sends the
you.
wrong message.
Yeah.
Thank you, Don. Right, Joelle, nobody should be in jail for pot. Agreed. It's
Hmm.
ridiculous. Right, and agreed, nobody should have a conviction on their record for pot
Right.
either. Yeah, agreed. Well, with that, Katie, I know you're going to round us out with some WTF news.
Hmm. You know, imagine being a single dad with four little kids and barely getting by and working your ass off and hustling and getting some help with your Christmas. Your kids get taken on a shop with the sheriff kind of deal, and you get some other help, and you manage to, with the money you put to put a good Christmas under the tree for your kids.
Hmm.
That sounds good. That sounds like something that would bring some peace to a single dad's heart that's raising those kids and trying really hard. But then imagine that your absolute loser, deadbeat father of your own contacts you and really wants to come stay for a few days to spend time with the kids and family for Christmas.
Uh-oh.
And imagine feeling like maybe this is a turning point in your relationship and he really wants to be a grandpa to your kids and you really want to let that happen. And then you go to work and you take the kids to daycare and to school and you come home and every single one of those presents is gone.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What an ass.
This is what happened to Donald Lucas. Donald's unfortunately, uh, chose to trust his father, wanted to trust his father, who's also Donald Lucas Sr.
Uh,
And this is in Paw Paw, Michigan. And this motherfucker stole those gifts and sold them for meth. Stole
oh
his
my God.
grandchildren's entire Christmas. These are things that the dad of these kids could not replace. Could not. So the sheriff's office gets a hold of him and they're like, we want to know where these presents are right the fuck now. We're going to go get them. And he
Mm-hmm.
refuses to tell them and refuses to cooperate. So he's in jail. But the sheriff's office is just sick about it because these kids now have no Christmas.
Mm.
And yeah, he had him arrested. Yeah, there's charges.
Good.
So the sheriff's office teamed up with the Paw Paw School District as well as some other people in the community, and they replaced their entire Christmas. They took the kids on a shopping spree to beat all shopping sprees, and they're going to be okay. But really, really shitty lesson to learn at Christmas time.
Yeah, it is.
That this is who Grandpa is and who your father is, and I'm guessing he already knew that's who he was, but he was trying to take a chance and hoping things could be
Right?
better. But I mean, that is
Mm,
like the lowest of the low, man.
it surely is.
Yeah,
What an asshole.
yeah. So to your eternal shame, dude, really.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna assume that that will be the absolute end of your communication with your family. I hope it is. It should be. Yep.
Yeah, it should.
But
There is a
it's come
special
to
place
our
in hell.
attention.
If there was a hell,
Yeah.
that's where that guy would go.
Yep. Jail and hell. Yep. Well, it's come to our attention that there is a criminal at large
Oh,
that you may need to know about. It seems like a lot of households are encountering this individual, and so we put together a song because we felt like that might be the best way to, to spread the word. So I'll let the song do the talking.
Well, he slides down chimneys late at night, eating your cookies, that ain't right. Breaking and entering, it's a felony, but Santa's got immunity, apparently. He skips the lines, no TSA, flying global sleigh all day. No passport stamped, no customs check, that's smuggling, bro. What the heck? Santa's a criminal, can't you see? Breaking laws from A to Z. He's naughty, not nice, but he's still adored. A jolly old outlaw, we all applaud. He's got a list, he's checking it twice. Knows when you're bad, knows when you're nice. Invasion of privacy, oh for sure. Big Brother Claus is watching your door. Those elves in the workshop working for free. No union rights or a 401k. OSHA inspectors, where are you at? Santa's factory is a labor trap. Santa's a criminal, can't you see? Breaking laws from A to Z. He's naughty, not nice, but he's still adored. A jolly old outlaw, we all applaud. And what about those law imposters, huh? Fake beards and fraud, that's a bust. Kids sit on laps, but they've been duped. The real Santa's at the North Pole, regrouped. So here's to Santa, the festive crook. He's dodging the law, but we're all hooked. Red suit, white beard, he's got the charm. But don't be fooled, he's causing alarm. Santa's a criminal, can't you see? Breaking laws from A to Z. He's naughty, not nice, but he's still adored. A jolly old outlaw, we all applaud. So lock your doors and guard your tree. Santa's coming with a crime spree. But hey, he's bringing gifts, so we let it slide. Merry Christmas to the naughty side.
well, that's a very true crime Santa Christmas, isn't it?
Right. I was
Hilarious.
Googling Santa crimes, just, I had quite a few Christmas related this time, and I found several articles about here's all the reasons that Santa's a criminal, and I went, well, this needs a song.
Yes, it
Hmm.
does. I love it.
Indeed.
Well, that's a pretty great way to send you all off for whatever this week means to you.
Hmm.
We will be off for the week. We'll be back next Monday, and we'll actually be around, I think, all week with our usual schedule next week.
We should be.
Um,
Well, we'll miss. Well, I guess we probably will, huh? Yeah, because New
mhm.
Year's Eve is at the show's at 3. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, so I think we will.
yeah,
We'll be back with some new crimes, I'm sure, because it's Christmas, which means that more crime is going to continue. A Christmas
oh
parade
yeah,
was driven through in Germany, 200
yeah,
people injured, five murdered, five killed, murdered.
yeah,
Awful.
yeah.
But what I hope is that you can have a good rest of this week for whatever it
Yes.
is that you do, that it's happy and positive and fun and safe.
Hmm.
And here's a little tip for you. If you're looking to watch something and you haven't watched The Kings of Tupelo on Netflix, please do yourself a favor and watch that. It is hilarious. It's kind of about the person who mailed rice in to President Obama, as well
Hmm.
as several other people.
Yeah.
But it's only kind of about that. It's got a lot more to do with Elvis Presley impersonators and an underground ring of people who sell human body parts
Oh.
and karate and a man that some people in Tupelo, Mississippi call the valedictorian of Mensa.
Oh.
I laughed my ass off watching that today. It was so good. If you haven't seen it, please do. The crime's in there
Hmm.
and, all that. But I'll tell you what, the backstory is so much funnier. It is hilarious. I never even knew that there was a brother duo that performed a double Elvis Presley impersonator act. Did you?
No.
Well, you will now.
I've definitely got to check this out.
Absolutely worth it. Well, you guys know it. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for being patrons, for doing the watch party with us, for your tips on Buy Me a Coffee,
Hmm.
for patronizing our online stores. We appreciate you all so much, and all of those
We do.
things that you do help us to be here and to continue to do what we do. And you know what?
Hmm.
2025 is going to be season 6 of
Yeah.
True Crime Squad. Can you imagine?
No.
And it's going to be better than ever because guess what? We're going to follow a trial where Lori Vallow represents herself. That'll
That'll
be
be.
the
It
craziest
may be
thing
the
any of
highlight
us
of
have
the
ever
year.
seen.
Indeed.
I think it
Yes.
probably will. Well, with that, have a great week. We will see you back here next Monday.
You betcha.
You know what? We are the True Crime Squad. Thanks for being here.
Take care.